Sunday, February the 19th, 2012, and I'm back down in familiar territory, Amberley, West Sussex, doing book 2. I can't remember the walk number, but it's from here, Amberley to Arundel. It's a short walk today, only 9 miles. A bit disappointed about that because of the extended daylight we're now getting, but it's a walk that needs to be finished. I've only got 3 to finish in that book. This is one of them. Henley's another, and where I was last week, Soul Street, is the other one. So after this, only 2 more to do in book 2. It's a very good day for walking, nice and crisp. A bit of a breeze blowing as usual down here on the downs. Sun's shining, forecast is for a sunny day. Some cloud up there. It's 11:45, so I should be able to get this well done by the time of the train I'm anticipating to catch home, which is 5:15. So let's get cracking. And interestingly enough, just as with last year, immediately outside Amberley station, got these primroses. Incredible. Must be a microclimate down there. Or at least I think they're primroses. I might be wrong. May well be wrong judging by the leaf. Anyway, these plants seem to be here permanently. Just standing at the top of High Titton, the lane name. This is the view from there, looking over the village of Amberley in the distance there. Towards the museum, which is hidden in the valley down there. Back on the trusty South Downs Way. Scenery we've seen before near Downs Farm, which is over there on my left. We branch off here at the moment, taking a right across the side of that valley as opposed to going straight ahead up the hill. Views back towards High Downs. And again from a bit higher up. Now looking seaward towards Littlehampton. Just see the glimmer of the sun on the sea over there. If I zoom in, you certainly will. Just over there, yeah. And over on my left here, on the brow of the hill, is the wood referred to in the text, I believe. This being the wide white path, which is normally surrounded by loads of flowers in the summer. And as you can hear in the background, apart from the wind, skylarks. So despite the chill, the sun's brought them out. Further views down the valley from a point on the map called Rackham Banks. I believe that's where I'm stood. No paragraphs in the text to refer to today, so I'll use the map for reference. Glorious walking weather now. Great view down the valley from Wrekin banks. Fine examples of soil creep there. Takes me back to my O-level geography days. Delightful. Very different to last week and the white scenery. Footpath is very slippery and wet today as a result of the thaw. I bet it was lovely up here last week in the snow. Amazing how things change in a week with Mother Nature. Still, probably more of the white stuff to come yet. So at this point, here's the wood. Here's the two-arm footpath sign, and there's the gate referred to in the text. So we go through that gate and turn right up that way with the wood on your left, as opposed to, thank God, following this path. Yeah. As the author of this walk in the feedback section of the website mentions, this is a far better alternative than walking the South Downs path, because obviously that's inundated with people. This is a nice quiet alternative. Get a better shot of the sea over there now. Lovely views on the right. Sun's just gone behind a cloud, unfortunately, for a second. Views back towards Amberley in the way we've just walked. Delightful, eh? You find gorse a very uplifting colour, as yellow tends to be generally. Delightful. Okay, I see another footpath marker at the end of this path. At this point we carry, having just come out of that wood there, there's the obvious path on the left. We continue straight on this way for 350 metres. A very slippery 350 metres this path is as well. Will be fine out of winter. No worries. Another panorama from next to the path, the 350 metre path. Clouds are ominously grey at the minute, but the forecast was for sun. And some more of that lovely gorse. 350 metres later we hit the three-arm footpath post, so we go right here for 20 metres and then turn left over there. Now I'll walk in approximately southwest for about a mile, about 170 metres at this point, and it's a downward descent now. Some great views. Luckily, being a downward descent, this path is a lot easier to walk on because it's got closer protection from the shrubbery next to it, so it's less slippy and wet. The views to the left of this downward descent are not so great. It's all about the views on the right, really. Nothing wrong with them, but they just don't compare, that's all. As you can see. Bit of jet noise, unfortunately. Competing with the squeal of a buzzard somewhere. Can't see it myself, but there is one out there, I can hear it. Typical downland activity there. Gliders. Good day for it as well. There goes the old skylark, marking out his territory somewhere. So we come out of the hedge protected section of this footpath, and straight away you can see it gets muddier and consequently slippier. Do hope you can hear that skylark. Wonderful song. And there's the evidence that there are certainly birds of prey around. Looks like breakfast was had here earlier this morning. There's a sign referred to in the text, welcoming walkers and riders to the Arundel Park estate, next to this footpath sign. Sun's back out. Our onward journey's up here, straight ahead. This footpath marker, we don't go straight ahead, but turn right down this footpath here, follow that down into the dip, and then aim for farm buildings in the distance on the right, on the left, sorry, which I believe are those over there. Very pleasantly quiet, this walk, as indicated by the author. I bet if I was on the actual South Downs path it'd be a lot busier. I haven't encountered anybody yet, which is great. Clearly something attracting the gulls to this field, and in there somewhere there's also lapwings, I hear. Amazing how the lapwing gets around. Norfolk coast a couple of weeks ago. Last week, no, not last week, again this week here. The view back towards Wepham Down from 500 metres down this lane. Just about to turn left now and then proceed for 900 to the farm buildings. That's a conservation area up there actually, that little lane I was walking on earlier. Very pleasant. Yellowhammers there, I do believe. No, they are not yellowhammers. They're too big. And as you can hear, the song is slightly different. The lighting is such that I can't see them properly. Maybe I better see them clearer on the computer back home. Could be a winter visitor. Views back from a point near Burpham High Barn on the map. Getting a bit greyer now, despite what it looks like in the camera. Further views from a point next to Burpham High Barns, which you can just see there. And the landscape south of the barns, which looks great. Sun's out, nice and tranquil. Soon be in the lunchtime stop of Burpham. There's a church there, so hopefully that'll provide me with my lunchtime respite. Now we get our first glimpse of Arundel Castle up there on the hill. Classic downland scenery here with the sheep. Looking back up the valley towards where I've just come from a point just outside Burpham. Plenty of pheasant shoots over there, I notice, and throughout this walk so far. Part of the Norfolk estate, interestingly enough, seeing as I was up that way 2 weeks ago. Just outside the church in Burpham, which I now recognise as being a place where I've had lunch before, I believe. Can't remember which walk it was, but certainly recognise it. There is the George and Dragon Burpham. And as you can see, 1:45. There she blows, my lunchtime seat, and somewhere I have had lunch before. So I think this is probably the first time I've had lunch at the same spot. Of all the walks I've done, I don't recall having lunch at the same churchyard, or anywhere else for that matter. Look at those snowdrops. Delightful. fact, what I'm going to do is take one of these chairs in the sun. I just remembered there's these seats outside the church which have a fantastic view. Look at that.
This is where they were in that programme. Good like.
So how's that for a lunchtime view? Better than the one in the churchyard, I would wager. Last time I was here I didn't know about this view, so and also the seat in the churchyard is in the shade, so let's tuck in. So this week's seat donated by good old Irish couple, Jack and Nora Malone, who lived in Burpham from 56 to 59, probably coming over from the Emerald Isle. Okay, 2:20, lunch has been had and we're just about to cross the cricket pitch. Notice board here telling us about some walks around the Arun Valley. Obviously no cricket today. Just looked at my phone and Stevenage are still drawing 0-0 with Spurs. Fingers crossed for the right result there. And we all know what that is. Burpham and the Downs from the cricket pitch. That would also have been a nice lunchtime spot had I known about it. A chair just behind the children's playground, as you can hear in the background. And that's the view you get. Castle in the distance and the Arun Valley. Very pleasant, eh? Flock of white geese over there. In fact, there's swans. God, my eyes are getting bad. Views back towards High Barn and where we were earlier this morning. The sun's still shining over there, at the moment anyway. Here's the view from the bottom of the steps. Apparently we've got a riverside walk now all the way into Arundel. And I think the reason I was at that churchyard previously was because I did this Arundel to Amberley walk in reverse through the park previously. Memory serves me well, which it doesn't usually these days. Now in a Wetland and Wildlife Trust nature reserve here. Lovely shot that is with the sun shining on it there. Bearded tit, reed warbler, who knows what's here. Further shots of this nature reserve. I seem to recall when I was down here last, walking up that hillside on the other bank there. Might be getting confused. Yeah, I think I am. Perhaps I'm getting mixed up with Alfriston. My goodness, what a quagmire down there. Great bird territory though. looking back at Burpham and the Downs in the sunshine. Further views in the wetlands area. Very pleasant. 0-0, half time, Stevenage Spurs. So they're doing well, the Borough. Crossing over the railway line that I'll soon be on. Reed beds at the River Arun. In the background the Downs, still bathed in sunshine. Unlike down here where there's a chill wind. A wreck from times when the Arun probably flooded its banks, and that's immediately opposite the Black Rabbit pub mentioned in the text, just over there. Some lovely tree colourings here, even without leaves. Contrast in weather here. You got the pub there in the grey, and the Downs in the background there bathed in sunshine again. Delightful. That's a great collection of colours, it really is, even in the deepest midwinter. And then over on my left here, you've got the castle looking very spooky in the dark, in the shadows. Evidence of the Arun flooding. Just opposite the castle there. Another great view of the Downs from the banks of the Arun. I think we were up there only a few hours ago. And just down here the Arun's starting to broaden somewhat. I'd imagine at the right time of the year this would be great cuckoo territory. Obviously I'm a month or so too early for that. A great shot of the castle in the sunshine now. Well, What a lovely backdrop there is to it as well. There's a great shot of the castle from the banks of the Arun. Further views of the Arun and the journey walked. South Downs there in the distance. And the railway just here on my right. Great shot of Arundel in the winter sun. Three main features there stand out. The castle, some church in the middle there, and that feature on the left. Not sure what that is there. There's the church and the castle. Now if I get my skates on, I might even be in time for the 4:15, which will be good. One final shot of the town before I turn left here, head back to the station. It's 3:45 at the minute, so plenty of time. We just turn left down this footpath here, which I believe is the way I came before on the last walk I did down here. Okay, so back at Arundel, just as well actually, because this train terminates here. There's no service between Arundel and Littlehampton, so a bit of luck today with the trains. That was a very nice walk, all 9 mile of it officially. A mixture of down, South Downs and Riverside walking. Not particularly long or strenuous, which is why I'm back here at 3:45, ready for this train at 4:15. And to cap a lovely day, Stevenage are just drawn with Spurs, which is great news. Win would have been better, but not bad at all financially. Anyway, that's book 2, can't remember the number. Amberley to Arundel completed. Very nice as well. And as a little footnote to this walk, I think it's important to add that, in my humble opinion, Southern trains are one of the better services operating out of London at the moment. Everything works, facilities are open, and there's usually a buffet. Although not today, so I'm told, because this train is only operating from Arundel and not Littlehampton. So just a footnote.